Medjugorje, the sacred place where Our Lady has been revealing herself for decades, is about to deliver her final message, and you won't want to miss it. Imagine the spiritual union between Pope Francis and the apparitions of Medjugorje. A powerful connection echoes in every corner of the planet. The Pope, spiritual leader of millions, has turned his compassionate and concerned gaze to the messages of Our Lady, recognizing in them an urgent matter for all humanity. This is a unique opportunity to understand how these events directly impact your faith and your daily life. In this video, we will reveal unpublished information about the last statement of Our Lady of Medjugorje, a farewell full of meaning where she leaves a final message for the Pope and for all of us. This message is not just a report of past events, but a warning that resonates with the current reality, touching the deepest fibers of our faith and conscience. You are about to witness a story of love, maternal sacrifice, and a call to action that can transform your worldview. Visionaries and believers of Medjugorje are on high alert, anticipating the impact of this latest communication. The words that will be shared here have the power to open new paths of understanding and renew our spiritual connection in ways never before seen. Why should you watch until the end? Because this message contains secrets and revelations that can shed light on the challenges we face today. Ignoring this video could mean missing out on valuable insights on how to navigate times of spiritual crisis and moral decay. Every second of this video was created to touch your heart, awaken your faith, and inspire actions that can make a difference. The atmosphere is charged with emotion and urgency. You will see how the apparitions of Medjugorje intertwine with the guidelines of Francisco, forming a cohesive force that aims to save souls and guide humanity towards the light. This is an invitation to dive into a narrative that combines tradition and the contemporary challenges we face as societies, a story full of emotion and spirituality. Each word is carefully chosen to touch your heart and awaken your soul. This video is not just for watching, but for feeling and reflecting, and above all, to act. The urgency is in the air, and the message is for all who wish to hear and respond to this divine call. Over the next few minutes, you will be guided through a narrative that combines the spiritual depth of the apparitions of Medjugorje with the authority and the affection of Pope Francis. Together, they invite us to look beyond appearances and see the true purpose of divine messages in our times. Do not miss the opportunity to connect with this powerful and transformative story. Welcome to this space of faith and reflection. Open your heart, ignite your faith, and prepare yourself to be touched by a message that promises to leave an indelible mark on your life. Join us on this journey of discovery, where each step brings us closer to the truth and the light that Our Lady of Medjugorje wishes to share with us. Have you ever heard of Medjugorje? If you haven't, get ready to discover one of the most intriguing and impactful spiritual phenomena of recent times. Medjugorje, a small village in Bosnia and Herzegovina, has become world famous since 1981, when 6 young people began to report apparitions of the Virgin Mary. These encounters not only transformed the lives of these young people, but also sparked a movement of faith that spread throughout the world, attracting millions of faithful in search of comfort, guidance, and miracles. Medjugorje's apparitions are seen by many as powerful signs of love and hope in times of crisis. The central message transmitted by Our Lady is clear: the importance of prayer for peace, of conversion, and of the renewal of the Catholic faith. These themes resonate deeply in a modern society often marked by conflict, uncertainty, and spiritual challenges. The constant presence of Mary in Medjugorje serves as an urgent reminder of the need to reconnect with spiritual and moral values. But what makes Medjugorje so special and relevant today? Firstly, the authenticity of the experiences reported by visionaries over the decades. Thousands of people have witnessed inexplicable events, miraculous healings, and a spiritual transformation that defies logic. This consistency and depth of the apparitions give Medjugorje a credibility that goes beyond mere apparitions, establishing it as a focal point of spiritual renewal within the Catholic Church. Furthermore, Medjugorje is not just a local religious phenomenon. Globalization and the connectivity provided by the Internet have allowed the messages to be transmitted to the world. The Medjugorje events reached a vast and diverse audience. People from different cultures, nationalities, and backgrounds felt drawn to this story of faith and hope, creating a global community united by common beliefs and a shared desire for peace and reconciliation. The impact of Medjugorje, in addition to the religious sphere, influences social, cultural, and even political aspects, promoting interreligious dialogue and encouraging humanitarian actions in favor of those most in need. Peace initiatives and prayer campaigns inspired by Medjugorje generate positive changes in communities affected by conflicts and disasters, demonstrating the transformative power of faith when combined with concrete action. But it is not just the message of peace that keeps Medjugorje relevant. The direct connection with figures of authority in the Church, such as Pope Francis, reinforces the importance and legitimacy of the apparitions. The Pope, recognized for his focus on mercy, compassion, and social justice, finds in Medjugorje a powerful ally in the mission to renew faith and bring light to a world that often seems lost in the darkness of materialism and individualism. In this video, we will delve deeper into this phenomenon, exploring not only the events themselves, but also the lasting impact they have had on the lives of millions of believers. You will discover how Medjugorje became a symbol of spiritual resilience and a beacon of hope amid the storms of modern life. Prepare yourself for a journey of discovery and reflection, where we will understand why Medjugorje continues to be a focal point for those seeking meaning, purpose, and spiritual renewal. Don't miss the continuation of this fascinating story. Join us as we unravel the mysteries of Medjugorje and reveal how these apparitions continue to shape the faith and lives of people around the world. The detail we will share is a crucial piece to understanding the true power and depth of this spiritual phenomenon. Stay with us and discover why Medjugorje is more than just apparitions. It is a faith movement that is transforming the world. Have you ever wondered how spiritual leaders influence movements of faith around the world? The connection between Pope Francis and the Medjugorje apparitions is a fascinating example of this powerful influence. The Pope, known for his compassionate and inclusive approach, has played a crucial role in amplifying Our Lady's message, bringing it to the center of global attention and strengthening its relevance in times of crisis. Since assuming the papacy, Francis has demonstrated a deep sensitivity to contemporary issues, always seeking to promote peace, social justice, and mercy. This stance resonates strongly with the messages transmitted by Our Lady in Medjugorje, creating a synergy that reinforces the importance of these appearances for the Catholic Church and the world. Pope Francis recognizes in Medjugorje not only a religious phenomenon, but a true call to spiritual renewal and concrete action for humanity. Through his homilies, meetings, and official statements, the Pope has highlighted the importance of the apparitions of Medjugorje as a turning point for the Catholic faith. He encourages the faithful to approach this movement with an open heart, promoting prayer, conversion, and peace, central pillars of Our Lady's messages. This papal validation not only strengthens the credibility of the apparitions, but also inspires millions of people to rediscover their faith and to engage in actions of love and solidarity. In addition, Pope Francis has used his global influence to organize international meetings, conferences, and events that bring together religious leaders, communities, and believers from different parts of the world. These events serve as platforms to disseminate the messages of the Gospel, promoting interreligious dialogue and encouraging cooperation between different faith communities. The presence of the Pope in such initiatives symbolizes the union between papal authority and the spiritual fervor of the apparitions, creating a cohesive and impactful movement. But what is the true impact of this connection on the lives of the faithful? The presence of Pope Francis alongside the messages of Medjugorje creates a sense of legitimacy and urgency that motivates individuals to act in accordance with these messages. The Pope's words resonate as a call to action, encouraging the faithful to not only contemplate the faith, but live it in an active and transformative way. This dynamic strengthens the community of believers, promoting a network of mutual support and a shared commitment to spiritual values. Through his apostolic journeys, Pope Francis has visited Medjugorje, participating in masses and meetings with the visionaries. These moments are marked by a deep spiritual connection, where the Pope and the faithful share a collective experience of faith and hope. These visits not only lift the spirit of the local community, but also send a powerful message to the world that faith is a unifying force, able to overcome cultural, political, and social barriers. The synergy between Pope Francis and the Medjugorje apparitions exemplifies how spiritual leadership can amplify and sustain faith movements. Together, they create a powerful narrative that transcends borders, inspiring millions to seek a deeper connection with the divine and to engage in peace and unity, strengthening the gospel of God. May his messages continue to resonate and impact lives in meaningful ways. By understanding this connection, you will realize the magnitude of Pope Francis' influence in spreading the gospel. This partnership not only legitimizes the apparitions, but also extends their reach by touching hearts and minds on a global scale. Get ready to explore how this union of spiritual forces is shaping the future of the Catholic faith and inspiring a generation to live with more love, compassion, and hope. Have you ever wondered what is the final message that Our Lady of Medjugorje left for the world? Get ready to discover a powerful warning that can change the course of our lives and the destiny of humanity. In this part, we will reveal the last message transmitted by Our Lady, a message loaded with urgency and deep meaning, destined to resonate in the hearts of all who hear it. Imagine being surrounded by an aura of farewell. Our Lady, the loving Mother, is saying goodbye to the world, leaving behind a legacy of love, hope, and a call to action. This is not just an ordinary farewell. It is a final message that encapsulates years of spiritual guidance and miracles. Our Lady's final message is a compelling call for humanity to turn to God, renew its faith, and live in harmony with divine teachings. But why is this message so crucial now? We live in times of great challenges, environmental crises, social conflicts, political divisions, and a growing loss of spiritual values. Our Lady sees a world on the brink of the abyss, where sin and ignorance threaten to destroy peace and unity among people. She calls us all to wake up from our complacency and act with faith and determination to reverse this dark scenario. The farewell message is clear and direct. It is time to renew prayer, strengthen faith, and seek reconciliation with God and with our neighbor. Our Lady emphasizes the importance of daily prayer, not only as a ritual, but as a transformative force that can illuminate our paths and guide us through the darkness. She reminds us that prayer is the key to opening the doors of divine mercy and to attracting God's intervention in our lives. Furthermore, Our Lady calls for the practice of constant conversion. This means an internal transformation, a change of heart that leads us to abandon selfishness, intolerance, and injustice. Conversion is an ongoing process of spiritual growth that brings us closer to God and makes us instruments of peace and love in the world. It challenges us to look beyond our differences and work together to build a more just and compassionate society. Another central point of the last message is the renewal of the Catholic faith. In a world where faith is often put on the back burner, Our Lady encourages us to rediscover the beauty and depth of the Catholic faith. She reminds us of the teachings of Jesus Christ and the importance of living them in our daily lives. The renewal of faith is not just a return to religious practices, but a revitalization of the spirit that enables us to face contemporary challenges with courage and hope. But how to respond to this urgent call? The answer lies in the union of all the faithful, in the strength of the community, and in the individual dedication to the practice of the faith. Each one of us has a crucial role to play in spreading this message of peace and renewal. Actively participating in community life, getting involved in charitable actions, and promoting peace are concrete ways to honor Our Lady's appeal and contribute to the transformation of the world. The last message of Our Lady of Medjugorje is an invitation for a deep and lasting change. It is a call for each of us to become an agent of action, taking the light of faith and love wherever there is darkness and despair. It is not just about listening to the message, but living it intensely, allowing it to shape our daily actions and decisions. You won't want to miss the next steps of this spiritual journey. Join us as we explore how this last message can impact your personal life and your worldview. Discover how you can become part of this divine mission and help build a brighter and more harmonious future for all. Have you ever noticed how the world seems to be constantly changing, facing challenges that test our faith and resilience? Our Lady of Medjugorje, in her last message, outlines a series of signs of the times that cannot be ignored. These signs are not merely coincidental, but rather clear indicators that we are living in crucial moments for humanity. The Earth, once a symbol of stability, now witnesses the fury of natural disasters. Epidemics spread with frightening speed, leaving a trail of pain and desolation. Fire consumes forests and cities, while water, the source of life, becomes a bearer of destruction. Earthquakes shake the foundations of our communities, and dormant volcanoes awaken, releasing their devastating force. Cities that were once centers of culture and progress now face the constant threat of ruin, reflecting the internal instability that plagues our souls. The sky, which should be a witness to divine greatness, loses its luminosity, plunging us into a darkness that symbolizes the loss of our spiritual connection. Ancient Rome, capital of faith, becomes a refuge for the Antichrist, a figure that emerges from the depths of darkness, representing evil personified. This apocalyptic scenario is not just a metaphor, but a reality that Our Lady foresees, alerting us to the urgent need to return to spiritual values. In addition to natural disasters, evil infiltrates social and religious structures. Demons roam the world, bringing with them dark prodigies that inflict suffering and fear. Corruption and evil spread, eroding the foundations of morality and ethics. Our Lady observes with regret how many stray from the path of righteousness, aligning themselves with dark forces that hasten the arrival of the great deceiver. This climate of chaos and despair is accompanied by a growing insensitivity and fear among people. Empathy and compassion, pillars of the Christian faith, are replaced by selfishness and intolerance. Alliances with Satan, manifested through evil actions, intensify the darkness that spreads across the nations. Our Lady calls for us to awaken from this spiritual torpor by recognizing the clear signs that time is running out. But all is not lost. These signs of the times serve as a call to action, an opportunity to revive our faith and strengthen our unity as a community. Our Lady's message is not just a warning, but an invitation for each of us to play an active role in the fight against the forces of evil. Prayer, conversion, and the renewal of faith are the weapons that equip us to face these challenges with courage and determination. Do you feel the weight of these words? Do you sense the urgency that resonates in each sign described? This is a time for deep reflection and decisive action. Our Lady of Medjugorje offers us a map to navigate these turbulent times, guiding us back to the divine light that can dispel the darkness that surrounds us. Prepare to understand how these signs not only predict a dark future, but also offer us paths to redemption and salvation. Join us as we unravel each of these omens, exploring its implications and discovering how you can respond to this urgent call with renewed faith and hope. Have you ever felt that something is deeply wrong with the way the world is evolving? The latest message from Our Lady of Medjugorje reveals a disturbing truth. We are witnessing a growing moral and spiritual decline that threatens the essence of humanity. This decline is not just a superficial perception, but a palpable reality that manifests itself in many aspects of our daily lives. Our Lady watches with sadness how the fundamental values of compassion, empathy, and justice are being replaced by selfishness, intolerance, and injustice. Communities, once united by bonds of solidarity and love, are now fragmenting under the weight of internal conflicts and incessant divisions. Goodness and generosity, the pillars of the Christian faith, are being eroded by a culture that values individualism and immediate gratification above the common good. This phenomenon of moral deterioration is visible in multiple spheres of society. In schools, in families, and in the workplace, we witness an alarming lack of respect and consideration for others. Honesty is being compromised in favor of personal interests, and integrity is being sacrificed in exchange for power and status. Violence, both physical and verbal, has become a common response to everyday challenges, reflecting a loss of control and a lack of spiritual direction. Furthermore, spirituality, which should be a source of strength and guidance, is being neglected. Many people feel lost, disconnected from any greater purpose, which leads them to seek meaning in the wrong places. The lack of faith and spiritual apathy result in a society insensitive to the needs of others, where fear and distrust prevail over hope and trust. Our Lady of Medjugorje warns that this growing darkness is not just a reflection of human failings, but a sign that the forces of evil are growing stronger and influencing our actions and decisions. She sees how some individuals and groups are aligning themselves with these dark forces, promoting agendas that fuel corruption, injustice, and inequality. This alliance with evil accelerates the arrival of the great deceiver, making the fight against darkness even more urgent and crucial. The insensitivity and fear that permeate society are symptoms of this moral decay. People are becoming less empathetic, less willing to help, and more concerned with their own needs and desires. This emotional and spiritual isolation creates an environment where hatred and selfishness can flourish, undermining social cohesion and inner peace. The compassion that should be a guide in times of difficulty is disappearing, replaced by an icy indifference that hinders reconciliation and healing. However, even in the face of this darkness, Our Lady's message offers a light of hope. She calls us to awaken from this spiritual torpor, to recognize the clear signs that time is running out, and to act with faith and determination to restore lost values. Prayer, conversion, and renewal of faith are the paths that allow us to combat this decadence and rebuild a society based on love, justice, and solidarity. You feel the urgency of this message. You realize the need for a profound and significant change in your life and in your community. This is the time to reflect on your actions and reevaluate your values. Our Lady of Medjugorje offers us the opportunity to resist the growing darkness, to illuminate our hearts with divine light, and to rebuild a world where goodness and faith prevail over fear and hatred. Prepare to explore how this growing darkness can be faced with the strength of faith and unity. Join us as we unveil the strategies and teachings that will guide us back to the light, allowing us to live according to the values that truly matter and contribute to building a more just and compassionate future for all. Have you ever felt the call to make a difference in the world but didn't know exactly how? Our Lady of Medjugorje, with her final message, is extending a helping hand to each of us, inviting us to participate in a divine mission that can transform not only our lives, but also the destiny of humanity. This is the time to respond to this urgent call and join the cause that promises to bring light in the midst of darkness. Imagine being part of a global movement of faith and hope, where millions of people are united by the same purpose: to spread the message of peace, prayer, and conversion that Our Lady left us. This is an invitation to become an agent of transformation, someone who not only hears the message, but who lives it and actively shares it with the world around them. Our Lady calls us to fervent prayer, not as a simple routine, but as a powerful force that can change realities. Prayer is the key to opening the doors of divine mercy, bringing comfort in times of affliction and clarity in moments of doubt. By uniting in prayer, we create a network of positive energy that resonates beyond our own lives, positively influencing the community and the world. Beyond prayer, personal conversion is an essential element of this call to action. Internal transformation, the one that leads us to abandon selfishness and embrace compassion, is the first step towards building a more just and loving society. Every act of kindness, every gesture of solidarity, contributes to the reconstruction of spiritual values that are being eroded by the growing darkness. Our Lady also encourages us to promote reconciliation and peace in all spheres of life. In a world divided by conflicts and intolerance, being a peacemaker is more than a virtue, it is an urgent need. This means seeking harmony in personal relationships, at work, and in the community, acting as a catalyst for unity and mutual understanding. Actively participating in this mission also involves sharing the message of Medjugorje with those who do not yet know it, whether through conversations, on social media, or simply by the example of a life lived with faith and love. Each of us has the power to spread this divine light. Do not underestimate the impact that a kind word or an act of generosity can have on someone's life. Often, it is these small gestures that inspire great changes. Unity is the force that will make us stronger in the face of adversity. By connecting with other believers, we form a resilient and supportive community, capable of facing challenges with courage and determination. This community is not just local, but global, transcending borders and cultures in a collective effort to restore faith and hope in the hearts of humanity. Are you ready to accept this call, willing to dedicate time and energy to be part of this transformative mission? The answer is within you, waiting to be awakened by the loving call of Our Lady. This is the time to act, to commit to a greater cause, and to contribute to the construction of a world where the light of faith prevails over the shadows of despair. Wait no longer to be part of this story of redemption and spiritual renewal. Join us on this journey of faith, where each step taken is a victory against darkness, and each heart touched is a seed planted for a brighter future. Your participation is crucial so that Our Lady of Medjugorje's message reaches every corner of the world, bringing with it the promise of peace, love, and salvation. Follow us in the next stages of this mission. Discover how you can get involved in a practical and effective way, and witness the transformative power of the union of faith and action. Together we are stronger. Together we can illuminate the world with the divine light that has been so generously granted to us. Do not miss the opportunity to be part of this sacred mission. The world needs you now more than ever. Have you ever wondered how hope can transform seemingly impossible realities? Amidst the dark warnings and challenges described in Our Lady of Medjugorje's last message, a bright light of hope and action emerges. This part of the video is dedicated to inspiring and motivating you to take action, strengthening your faith, and spreading love and peace around you. Our Lady of Medjugorje offers us a clear message: even in the darkest of times, the light of faith and love can prevail. She reminds us that hope is not just a passive feeling, but an active force that drives us to create positive change. This hope is grounded in the belief that through prayer, conversion, and concrete acts of love, we can overcome adversity and build a more just and compassionate world. Fervent prayer is a powerful tool that connects us directly with the divine. It is not just about repeated words, but about a sincere dialogue with God that strengthens our spirit and gives us the clarity needed to face daily challenges. By uniting in prayer, we create a current of positive energy that transcends our own lives, positively influencing the community and the world around us. Beyond prayer, personal conversion is essential for spiritual renewal. This means an internal transformation that leads us to abandon selfishness and embrace compassion. Every act of kindness, every gesture of solidarity, contributes to the reconstruction of spiritual values that are being eroded by the growing darkness. Conversion is a continuous process of growth that brings us closer to God and makes us instruments of peace and love in the world. Our Lady's message also emphasizes the importance of concrete action. Being an agent of transformation involves actively participating in community life, engaging in charitable actions, and promoting peace in all spheres of life. This means seeking harmony in personal relationships, at work, and in the community, acting as a catalyst for unity and mutual understanding. A small act of love and compassion has the potential to trigger a chain of positive events that can transform entire lives and communities. The renewal of the Catholic faith is another fundamental pillar of this message. In a world where faith is often put on the back burner, Our Lady of Medjugorje encourages us to rediscover the beauty and depth of the Catholic faith. She reminds us of the teachings of Jesus Christ and the importance of living them in our daily lives. The renewal of faith is not just a return to religious practices, but a revitalization of the spirit that enables us to face contemporary challenges with courage and hope. But how can we transform this message of hope into concrete action? The answer lies in the union of all believers, in the strength of the community, and in individual dedication to the practice of faith. Each of us has a crucial role to play in spreading this message of peace and renewal. Actively participating in community life, engaging in charitable actions, and promoting peace are concrete ways to honor Our Lady's call and contribute to the transformation of the world. Imagine a world where each person is dedicated to spreading the light of faith and love, a world where prayer and action walk side by side, creating a network of hope that can overcome any darkness. This is the vision that Our Lady of Medjugorje presents to us, a vision where faith is not just a belief, but an active force that shapes the future. Are you ready to accept this challenge? Are you willing to dedicate time and energy to be part of this transformative mission? The answer is within you, waiting to be awakened by Our Lady's message of hope and action. This is the time to act, to commit to a greater cause, and to contribute to the construction of a world where the light of faith prevails over the shadows of despair. Do not let this opportunity pass. Join us in this journey where each step is a victory against darkness, and each heart touched is a seed planted for a brighter future. Your participation is crucial so that the message of Our Lady of Medjugorje reaches all corners of the world, bringing with it the promise of peace, love, and salvation. Follow us in the next parts of this video, where we will explore how you can get involved in a practical and effective way in this divine mission. Discover how small actions can generate big changes, and how together we can illuminate the world with the light of faith and love. Don't miss the opportunity to be part of this transformation. The world needs you now more than ever. Have you stopped to reflect on the role you play in transforming the world around you? Our Lady of Medjugorje, with a final message, not only invites us to act, but also to reflect deeply on our own lives and beliefs. This is a call for each of us to look within, question and renew our faith, creating a more intimate and meaningful connection with the divine. Reflection is the first step towards true spiritual transformation. By contemplating the words of Our Lady, we are invited to examine our actions, our thoughts, and our intentions. Ask yourself, am I living in accordance with the teachings of faith and love that have been transmitted to me? Am I contributing to peace and justice in my environment? These questions are not just rhetorical, but rather an invitation to sincere introspection that can lead to significant changes in our spiritual journey. Our Lady of Medjugorje reminds us that true faith is not static, but dynamic and constantly evolving. She encourages us to seek a deeper understanding of our spirituality, to question the barriers that prevent us from growing, and to embrace the fullness of the faith that has been offered to us. This journey of self-knowledge and renewal is essential to face contemporary challenges with courage. Beyond individual reflection, this is also an invitation to community interaction. Our Lady calls us to build bonds of solidarity and mutual support, creating a network of faith that extends beyond ourselves. Join prayer groups, get involved in community activities, and share your experience of faith with those around you. Interacting with other believers strengthens our own spirituality and creates a supportive environment where everyone can grow and thrive together. Engaging in reflection and interaction also means being open to new perspectives and learning. Our Lady of Medjugorje encourages us to seek knowledge, to study religious teachings, and to dialogue with people of different beliefs and backgrounds. This mental and spiritual openness enriches our faith and allows us to see the world with renewed eyes, promoting understanding and tolerance amidst diversity. But how to transform this reflection and interaction into concrete actions? The answer lies in the practical application of the teachings of faith in our lives. Everyday small gestures of kindness, acts of compassion, and the practice of empathy are tangible ways to actively live our faith. By incorporating these values into our daily routines, we not only strengthen our own spirituality, but also positively influence those around us, creating a domino effect of kindness and love. Active participation in the faith community also allows us to share our experiences and learnings, inspiring others to follow the same path of spiritual renewal. Share your stories of transformation, your personal victories over spiritual challenges, and the lessons you learned along the way. These personal narratives have the power to touch hearts and encourage others to embark on their own journey of faith and reflection. Our Lady of Medjugorje reminds us that the spiritual journey is a collective walk, where each step taken by an individual contributes to the progress of the entire community. By coming together in reflection and interaction, we create a united force capable of facing any adversity and promoting peace and justice in all spheres of life. This is the true meaning of the message of Medjugorje, the union of faith, reflection, and action to build a better world. Are you ready to engage more deeply in this spiritual journey? Are you willing to reflect on your own beliefs and interact more meaningfully with your faith community? This is the time to accept Our Lady's invitation to open yourself to transformation and to actively contribute to the construction of a society based on love, peace, and justice. Do not underestimate the power of reflection and interaction in your life. Every moment spent contemplating your faith and connecting with other believers is a step towards a fuller and more meaningful existence. Join us in the next parts of this video, where we will explore even more ways to deepen your spiritual journey and live according to the teachings of Our Lady of Medjugorje. Together, we can create a network of faith and love that lights the way for all. Have you ever imagined the impact your actions can have on the destiny of the world? We have reached the end of this journey, where each step we have taken together has brought us closer to the truth and the light that Our Lady of Medjugorje has revealed to us. This is the moment to consolidate everything we have learned and transform this understanding into concrete actions that can change lives and shape the future of humanity. Our Lady of Medjugorje left a powerful legacy of faith, hope, and love. She reminded us that even in the midst of growing darkness, divine light is always present, ready to guide our paths. This closure is not just an ending, but the beginning of a new stage in our spiritual journey. It is an invitation for each of us to become a beacon of light, illuminating the darkest corners of the world with the strength of faith and compassion. We reflected on the signs of the times, the moral and spiritual decline, and the urgent call to join forces in the mission of spreading the message of peace and renewal. Now, the responsibility falls on our shoulders. It is time to act, to carry out this mission with determination and courage. Every prayer, every gesture of kindness, every act of solidarity is a vital contribution to building a more just and loving world. Imagine a world where millions of people respond to this call, creating a global network of faith and love that transcends borders and cultural barriers. This is the power we have when we come together in common purpose. Fervent prayer, personal conversion, and community action are the tools that enable us to transform this vision into reality. Don't underestimate the impact you can have. Every small action counts and contributes to a greater change. Now, more than ever, we need to keep our faith unshakable and our hope alive. The message of Our Lady of Medjugorje is a beacon that guides us through the storms of modern life. It encourages us not to give up, to persevere in the search for a better world, and to trust in divine providence to sustain us every step of the way. This is the time to commit to transformation. Subscribe to our channel to continue following this inspiring series and receive more messages of faith and hope. Like this video to show your support and share it with friends and family who also want to make a difference. Turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates, and stay connected to this community of faith that grows every day. Leave in the comments your reflections on this journey and how you intend to contribute to the mission of spreading the light of faith. Your experiences and stories are valuable and can inspire others to join this sacred cause. Together we are stronger and able to face any challenge that the future holds for us. May Our Lady of Medjugorje bless us with her motherly love and her continuous guidance, that we may honor her message by living with integrity, compassion, and dedication to peace. May each one of us become an agent of change, bringing the light of faith and love wherever there is darkness and despair. The future is in our hands, and the choice is ours. Let us respond to this call with faith and determination, building a world where justice, peace, and love prevail. May the peace and mercy of God always be with you, guiding your steps and strengthening your spirit at every moment of your life. Thank you for accompanying us on this journey. May the light of Our Lady of Medjugorje illuminate your path and inspire your actions. Until next time, and may God bless us all.